finds a free ticket to New York in Edwin's Chelsea flat. Circled JFK 3 hours in traffic, went out to Westchester, and Billy's Scarsdale cottage. He catches up with Nixon's resignation, Emmett Grogan's overdose. On the last train to Brooklyn, Peter Berg's fantasy of yuppie urban ecology. They're playing non-stop gin on the patio, drinking Tom Collins with twisted lime. Billy's married now. They proposed after a weekend in Bimini, when they found Diane's dead cat, stinking up the Murphy bed. She's a bust, the Ohio blondes, with a modern architectural talent for erotic extortion. She carries kryptonite in her Chanel purse to deconstruct potential threats from Billy's maverick friends. Her light conversation and bright hospitality anticipate poisoned compliments. With a pillow under her hips, Frank's slipping in confrontation. When he has a flash of counterplay, he calls Letitia Milan, invites her for a grand tour of the States, maybe Mexico and Costa Rica. After gluing a bag of shards into the semblance of a demon dog, he parks his Chinese antiques with Rosenwald and White Plains and smokes a camel in the garden, meditating on the strangeness of the trip. The unexpected texture of this American gate. Letitia shows in 48 hours. Frank's ready to go. But now it's Billy and Letitia, playing marathon gin, smoking Marlboros and drinking sangria. She's got him by the balls. They play through the sticky Havana night and pastel morning haze, filling the wine glasses with fat ashes and crushed plastic wrappers. Billy finally gets even. He buys the tickets on the noon train, adding Masonic. I love Diane. I'm happy teaching at Lehman College. I'm cutting out some characters she doesn't like. When you marry middle class, you'll understand. Next time you're in New York, pass me by. Oh, and Frank? The girl can play. You'll keep dragging the porcelain? Of course. Good luck with Poker Face. And you? I haven't written anything for years. I'm living too hard to write. So Billy's gone. He rambled to Philly playing cards. 30 minutes of Central Station, arguing about everything and nothing. And hitching south in a nasty afternoon drizzle. Good luck with Poker Face. I'm living too hard to write. I'm living too hard to write.
They say I'm a soldier of misfortune, that I've outlived my mammal years. They say I've dealt my sooty soul for machines that remove my fears. Sing the song of Tony the Brit, how he beat time with invention, how he envies his metaphysical tale. Kids upstairs with their pretension, kids upstairs with their pretension.
Anthony? Anthony.
Is that you, Jack?
Yes. I haven't heard from you in quite some time.
Well, I've been hunting.
Hunting? Hunting for what?
Yes, Jack, I've been, well, let me just say that I've been modestly fortunate. I stumbled across something. Actually, there was a rather shady character, or let's just say complex and inexplicable character who wanted to sell me something, and I bought it. Can I show it to you? Okay. Would you want to see it?
Well, Anthony, I'm wildly curious. What exactly is it?
I don't even want to say, Jack. I just want to say that I paid a lot for it. Because, you know what it is, Jack?
No. You have me kind of scared.
Well, I don't know actually what it is either, Jack. But anyways, this little fellow with the big bug eyes and the glasses and the little goatee. Have you seen him around, by the way, Jack?
He was in I don't see him in the ATHENAPOLIS at all.
Oh. Well, anyways, he showed up somehow, just sort of poof, in my room, and he sold me this video. And he claims that this is the only extant video of Frank Lindell that exists anywhere.
Oh, I've been reading up on him.
Do you know who he is?
I'm not really sure, but can we pop it on and look at it?
I don't know how to put it on, Jack. If you know how, that's fine.
I think you put the box in the here. Can you give me that for 1 second?
Sure. Here you go. Here you go.
All right, let me see if this is going to work. I'll do my best. Let's see if...
Now, do you have your comm link on? Is your comm link on?
Oh, it's on. Here.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's see if we got something. I see.
Like somebody's spying. The video's not very good. It's all kind of chopped up.
Yeah. Well, there's an older gentleman there, and
right. He's acting a little strange.
Yeah. A young fella.
Could that be PEREDUR?
Oh, could be.
No, I don't think so. No. PEREDUR has never been to Hawaii, as far as I know. I mean, no.
Yeah, those are tropical shirts from that place.
Right.
But they look like they're, kind of like they're spooked a little bit by the.
They look a little worried, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say so.
What do you think they're discussing? Well, it's kind of hard to tell, isn't it?
So, look!
What's that?
An embrace. It must be pretty serious. They're leaving here. You don't think someone's following them, do you?
Well, somebody had to be following them, Jack, to take the picture.
I see. So which one do you think is Frank?
Well, I think the older gentleman is probably Frank. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Unless all our data is wrong.
The Comprehensives. While he was in Oregon, GTU fired the administration and gutted the Department of theology and the arts. He was no longer union poet. He had to graduate in the traditional manner. His book of numbers was rejected as a dissertation, and he had to stand for comprehensives with 7 world-famous professors he'd never met. Church history, systematic theology, and worse. It's vaudeville, slapstick, the way Frank mugs and dances, coughing up pebbles from the muddy stream of 500 books read 7 seconds a page. He's the tightrope walker, the man of 1,000 resources, improvising context and analysis in a room of cynical theological orthodoxy. They know he never attended a class. They silently applaud his scholarly audacity. They note the preface to his numbers book was renamed The Will to Greater Orgasm by the Jesuits and distributed free on campus by the Unitarians. They say T.J.J. Altizer called and quickly failed him without prejudice.
Waxing blue on auditorium walls. says everything old is new, and every home is here in a psychedelic fusion of roots and ravishing. Life disarms death and claims this waxy wood for dancing. Tonight, Bill Graham shares a joint with Chet Helms. R. Crumb sketches with mouse. The diggers shake with the family dog, and the world happily folds itself up like a map in love with its own territory. To join the diggers as they circle the electric fire, listening to their favorite stories, the rage of fair Achilles, and the struggles of a confidence man selling his most dangerous ideas on a steamboat from St. Louis to New Orleans.
On the day of his mountain, on the day of his mountain, on the day of his mountain, on the day of his mountain. PEREDUR, 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 PEREDUR.
I found myself drawn into the dangerous beauty of the cosmos, this vast deity encircling me. Each white pinpoint star in the celestial canvas brightens my path, while darkening the surrounding frame. I am led by a series of recurring dreams, which shatter rational reality with coincidence. In a cold con game, testing me to the brink of explosion. My heart plummets with every false sunrise, every eclipse, every flare. My body cannot adjust. My mind is filled with panic, trapped by instinct moves with black. In this chess game of painted space, in this seeming maze of death, away from constant earth, I wander emptiness, in search of truth, and instead find myself facing a mirror which reflects only dark matter. I fall back into the vortex, wishing to find the perfect vertigo green, reaffirm the contact of celestial bodies at a safe observer's distance from the canvas. Where the summer dust of this empty museum will echo the desire to achieve the right shade of red.
no living thing can conceive or comprehend with pleasure its own death, far less an entire species or genus. 40,000 years ago, our predecessors, what we call the Neanderthals, were dying. And now, Homo sapiens sapiens is repeating that destiny. Like a plant, a species is born, flowers, and begins to fade. And as it fades, it negates all of the virtues, the principles, the beauties, the strong will to develop that it had when it was strong. If you look out into the world today and you see economic crisis, political crisis, social crisis, all of these problems can be traced to one simple historical evolutionary fact that Homo sapiens is dying. It is debris circling the maelstrom. It is the flesh decaying on the bone. This is the explanation for homicide. This is the explanation for insanity. This is the explanation for suicide. And it is the source of great despair. And yet it is also the source of great hope, because a new form of man will emerge. This new form of man, first envisioned by Nietzsche in the 1880s, this new form of man, which will carry forward the virtues, the will, the creativity of Homo sapiens, we call, after Cicero, Homo sagax. Sapiens was smart, sagax is smarter. Homo sagax will come from the caves. And Homo sagax will be a rebirth of emotion and intelligence, because Homo sapiens is in the grips of the third will. Everything is a hologram, a simulation. There is no real feeling. There is no real thought. There is no real being. Homo sagax will return to reality. We shall truly be again. And I tell you now, that in its birthing, Homo sagax has a twin. And this twin is already an enemy. This twin is Homo Borg, what some people will call a singularity, a fusion, a hybrid of humanity with the machine. And I say, we have a choice. We can continue culture forward with Homo sagax, with art and poetry and romance and adventure. Or we can align ourselves with the cyborg and lose intelligence and lose emotion and lose the will. So there is a choice in the dying, and there is a birthing in the dying. And it suddenly makes sense. All of the madness, all of the violence, Homo sapiens is self-destructing and would like to bring the entire world down. Homo sapiens has become a nihilist. And only Homo sagax can take all of its contributions, all of its creations forward. They will come out of the caves. They will come out of the forest. They will come out of the ghetto. And they shall seize the power that has control over the human future. Homo sagax is here.
You don't think someone's following them, do you?
Well, somebody had to be following them, Jack, to take the picture.
I see.
What?
So which one do you think is Frank?
Well, I think the older gentleman is probably Frank. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Unless all our data is wrong. What's he doing?
I don't know. He looks like he's
got a
come
stick.
from
He's got a stick, Jack. What's that? What's he doing with his stick?
It looks like he come from a business meeting or something, or I'm not quite sure.
What?
Oh, it looks like he's startled by something. Oh, he's not doing very well. He looks a little out of sorts here.
My goodness. What?
It looks like he's... Well, the young gentleman wasn't much help at all there. He kind of didn't help him.
Well, he probably knew it was a fake.
They're moving pretty quick. He has
kind of a limp now.
Yeah, it's pretty odd. Not sure what that limp is all about. They seem pretty relaxed now, though.
Flashlight under his chin, chanting theater theory at a meeting of the Diggers Board. Emmett Grogan, Emmett Grogan, again. Emmett Grogan, who is he? I say, who is he? Diggers. Our gig is social action, stylish new righteousness. We take what we want, think what we think. Dig the diggers. Dig the diggers. America, we are the frame of reference to private property. Dig the diggers, dig the diggers, hey, dig the diggers, dig the diggers. We are free men. So with complete confidence, we've appointed Dessy our coordinator. She's our Mary, Desdemona, our Kuan Yin. When your founders are eating crayfish, she'll be building the free store. Everything we need for the free city. Take the digger, take the digger. Ever Dessy thinks we think. Take the digger, take the diggers goodbye. Take the diggers goodbye. Take, we're gone. I say take the diggers.
Oh, how I love a happy slave. How I love a happy slave. There's nothing quite so brave as a truly happy slave.
Thanksgiving Light. After his collapse, Jackson was Nietzsche, silent and serene, for 3-4 months, receiving German scholars in a small room behind the incessant hurtling machines of a Chinese dry cleaner in North Beach. One last medium starched shirt, and Jackson reverts to being Jackson, providing hot tickets to cabbies for a cut of strip shows and rooms by the minute, the press box at Giants games, Castro Street after midnight. Then, inexplicably in Oregon, stripping bark from yew trees for a new cancer cure, he's shot in the ass by a farmer who maybe owns the land, maybe finds a cute nurse at the hospital hanging coffee shops west of campus, the French-looking dandy with the black beret and 3 o'clock shadow, the plump little blonde giggling at every pun and innuendo. When they go wrong, AP immediately picks it up. It's in the Oregonian, the San Francisco Chronicle, the Los Angeles Times. Jackson's busted in Eugene for coming in through the bathroom window. Attempted rape, says the judge. You can tell by his greasy fingerprints on the toilet lid. It's another clear case of Beatle lyrics. The restraining order is for her boyfriend, but looks transferable to me. Take him to Salem. Let's see if he makes trial. Jackson's given electroshock. Rock around the clock in a padded cell. The big red and blue pills. Kesey zoomed in. One flew over. He's discharged 6 months later. At 4 a.m, spittle running down his lower lip, apologies bouncing in a broken mind. Toby finds him on the curb after a Berkeley collision at the southwest corner of Hearst and Oxford. Bleeding badly from the head, back from the hospital, in a twisted wheelchair and thin navy blankets. Jackson sleeps for 13 days, rising only to piss comatose. It's Thanksgiving. A special light vibrates the spidery corners of the kitchen. The turkey's been roasting since 8, basted with dimple and hard cider. The smell attracts Toby's crew, smoking hothouse grass and dangling bottles of Miller's High Life. Toby's checking the temperature plug when Jackson appears as the Black Pope. Blessing his faithful assembly, he dismisses the aluminum foil. With a swipe of long yellow fingernails, strips the carcass of skin and gulps it down like Saint Pelican. There in the presence of the last hunger, witnessing the end of a gentleman, hypnotized by the pink nakedness of the turkey and the certainty this will never happen to them. The boys clap cautiously, then raucously. Jackson burps, bows to the refrigerator, and goose steps back to bed. It's his last magic trick. 3-4 days later, Toby and Frank wheel him up a steel rubber ramp connecting a night flight from Oakland to Atlanta, where maybe his mother is waiting.
Walks down the hall. Everything
nothing in muscle memory to take him correctly there. And he's right. He finds it. They're open till 3. That should give him a clue. But it doesn't. He sits down in a bamboo booth. Then a rather surly waiter comes over and says, "What do you have?" Well, for such a simple question, he has 1,000 answers, but mostly he's tired and confused and he doesn't know where he is, and he's a little embarrassed as to say, "Is this Denver? Is this Chattanooga?" He'd rather pick it up from the signs or maybe from the waiter's accent, but it doesn't seem to pick up anything. It sounds kind of neutral. So what do you want? The usual, he says. What? The usual. Well, the waiter at that point catches a little bit of confusion like a cold from the traveler. Goes back to the bar and he's got a dilemma. Will he just pick anything out at random? Is this guy so fucked up that he won't know what the difference is, whatever he puts in front of him? Or is he gonna have a, freak out or something? So rather than ride the dilemma over much, he goes back to the traveler and says, "What was that? Is it bourbon or scotch?" The traveler is still looking for clues. He understands that the waiter has solved a particular problem, but now he is presenting another one. Because he can't remember if he prefers bourbon or scotch. So he just says yes. Yes, 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 yes. And the waiter is supposed to understand that it's one or the other. He's got a 50-50 chance. And the waiter's about halfway back to the bar and the traveler says, "Wait!" And the waiter turns around and the traveler says, "Make that a double." Which of course just adds to the waiter's confusion. He says, "Okay, fine." At that point he doesn't care at all. I mean, it's late at night. He's got one customer. He's ready to go home, so he just grabs a bottle of wild turkey and pours him out a double. He brings it back to the table and doesn't even acknowledge the blank expression that the traveler has as he looks at the double shot of wild turkey sitting in front of him. He unfolds a napkin that he had on the plane, some doodles. He lifts up the shot glass and puts the doodles underneath the shot glass, arranges the salt and pepper and some marketing cards around it to make a small little temple of the liquor staring at him from the shot glass. So he makes a silent prayer and shoots it down in a gulp, and at least something is happening because he's getting warmer and almost instantly a little dizzy because he hasn't eaten for at least. And then he started to think, well, how long has it been since I've eaten? Maybe before I got on the plane, and where did I get on the plane? Well, he can't solve that problem either. And he's about to motion for another drink when the waiter waves his finger at him as if to say, no, we're closed, it's over. It's 3 o'clock. Well, the traveler looks at his watch and it's only 1:30. And so he gestures, I want another drink. And then the waiter says, no, we're closing up early tonight. And the traveler's going, well, maybe somebody's picking me up here. Yes, Marilyn is picking me up here at 2 o'clock. And the waiter says, well, that's fine, but you're just going to have to wait outside in the corridor. So the traveler is, well, he's stretching his legs in the corridor, thinking like, well, Marilyn would be coming to the tiki bar, and if she sees the tiki bar closed, then, but who is Marilyn? And he's thinking, well, how could any of this be happening, really? And then there's a Filipino maid, he assumed it was Filipino, who's cleaning up the restroom. And she's kind of got a jovial spirit, and he wants to use the restroom, and she bars the door and said, no, I'm sorry, I'm cleaning up. And he says, but you're not really cleaning up, you're just barring the door. And she says, where are you coming from? Which, of course, it gets him trouble to do until he sees a little tag on her left breast that says, Marilyn. And he says,
If this is...
That's, you know what?
What?
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I think I got taken, Jack. This is definitely not Frank Lindover. No.
No?
No, I'm sure. No.
You think it's an imposter? Do you think the young fella thinks it's Frank?
Well, I think that the young fellow could be Frank Lindover. That's what I think.
Oh.
Because he's not really doing or saying anything. And the older gentleman, look at it, he's got stuff going in his eyes. He's falling down.
And he's falling asleep there.
And he's got all these weird expressions.
The young fella seems pretty nonchalant, though.
I think the older fellow might be Tony the Brit. I'm pretty sure that's Tony the Brit.
Uh-oh. They seem agitated again. No? Well, maybe not. Now they are. Not really. Somewhat agitated.
Oh. Well, someday they seem...
in deep thought. If the young fellow, well, you know, you're saying...
I think the young fellow is Frank.
That's Frank Lindover.
Yeah, I'm almost
so?
certain.
Well, I think Frank came from. Well, didn't he come from the Haight or from back then? That the
right,
California,
right.
Well, that would reflect the sunglasses at least.
Right, those definitely, yeah. Those
that could be it.
Can you make a kind of a capture those glasses?
I wish we could get the audio from this. This would be quite a relic, quite an archive if we could just get audio from this.
What do you have any of that lip sync technology?
We used to do that in the pods, but then they took it away from us because it wasn't working right. We were wasting too much time. Remember when we were getting all those comedy shows and then we were just lip syncing them? And
that's right,
Laurel,
Jack. Those were the good old days.
Yeah, Laurel and the Stooges, or the Three Hardys.
The three.
No. It was
Elvis Costello
no.
and Abbott.
Abbott, no. It was the three. Stan Stooge,
Rodney,
and the three Olivers. Wait a minute, no.
Rodney Red Fox, that's who it is. Rodney,
right?
No, Dangerfield.
I get them all mixed up now since they got rid of the lip syncing. But
Right.
the older, you know what? The older gentleman's really getting agitated and concerned with this bench.
What's wrong with the bench? Oh, I think maybe he knows that somebody's filming this. Do you think?
Could be. He's
kind
very
of looking around.
very peculiar, very odd here. The other gentleman,
I think that might be.
That's got to be Frank.
The fellow in the back.
Did you see that? He made a salute of some type.
You know, he's not
He's
acting
signaling.
very human to me.
He's signaling.
He's not human.
He might be. There's another signal. The other guy put his finger up in the air. Oh, and there's another one. They're signaling. Oh, you know what? They're signaling to some people in the bushes, is what I think.
You do?
I think they're calling for an ambush, is what I think it is. They're kind of luring the camera guy into a trap. He's snapping his fingers or something. I'm not sure what's going on. The older gentleman's, whoa! he just sort of jumped into the air. What happened to him? Oh, there he is. He's by the porch somehow.
He disappeared.
He disappeared. He's back on the bench. Oh, there they go again.
You look back, you locks. You revert to work in a box. You submit to cold clocks.
The Western way is the way of the individual, his creativity and his freedom. Now, we in the West have a tendency to think that Western culture and, in a larger scope, all of Western civilization is the result of some Hegelian progress starting from a seed and flowering over time, and that is incorrect. From its founding in the early Ionian thinkers of classical Greek thought, Western culture has been submerged by the Abrahamic faith that came from the East, from the Eastern way. So has lived underground. In the Dark Ages and the Middle Ages, it was underground, and only came out in some proto-science in the 17th century, and art, and philosophy. And today, in the USA and in the rest of the West, we think that, yes, this is the West, but it is not the West. It is a fake West, because the dominant forces are groupthink, with the group, the hive mentality, copying, repeating, conforming, and slavery. And so the choice of every person in Western society today is to be an unhappy slave or a happy slave. And that, in our opinion, is no choice at all. That is why we take the power of the ancient Western way and we make it stronger, and we shine its light on the present, on this present, on the presence of this present. And in the present, it is a war between the Western way and the Eastern way, between homo sagax, our name for the successor of Homo sapiens, and homo borg, our name for what the transhumanists would like to think of as the next hybrid, the cyborg. When they say, oh, in 30 years, everyone will be chipped, connected to the cloud, we'll have access to all information. And I ask you, is this not the unhappy slave or the happy slave? A future of culture needs strong individuals who even fight against their own society of strong individuals. A collective insect type of society has no future. It is a repetition of itself over and over. It is the everlasting present that goes nowhere, that doesn't know itself. And today, I'm happy to announce that this first battle, the battle of Homo sagax and Homo borg, has been decided in our favor. We had a champion, we had some assistants, and the battle was won. But this is just the first battle. So I ask you all of you in the West, to examine yourselves very, very acutely. And to ask yourselves, are you truly following the Western way? That of the individual, that of the creative act, and of total freedom? Or, for reasons that you tell yourself refer to survival and security, that you become a part of a group, that you repeat one job, one act in a cubicle for the rest of your lives, thinking that that at least will be secure. And then, of course, you can become a happy slave or an unhappy slave, as you wish. But we have opened the path. We have opened the door to a future of Western culture. And now that power from the past will flow through us into the future. And let us just say and command the future now that all of those future battles and that ultimate victory over the Eastern way will come as easy, as simply as this battle has just finished. Examine yourselves. Join us in the Western way. It is your heritage and it is your inheritance. Welcome to the future of the Western way.
Selectively, it's not what you see, it's what you seem to be. You're watching it too closely. When all is done and the battle is won, you take it away, you just blink it away. Blink away. Harmonious laughter, tracking the fools through the woods. You're missing the scheme because it's not the recurring dream. When all is done and the battle is won,
You take it away, you just blink it away. Blink away. This collapsing into a vortex you're experiencing is a question of paradox, PEREDUR. It's up to you to decide our future. Not that there's much of a line out here in the dangerous beauty of the cosmos. A vast day indeed. A vast day indeed. When all is done and the battle is won, take it away, you just blink it away. Blink away. Watch, I'll show you. Here it comes. There it goes. Never mind, you're on your own. Collectively, it's not what you mean. It's not the red dream. You're watching it too extremely. When all is done and the battle is won, take it away, you just blink it away, blink away.
With the serpentine logic of stubborn intellect, Hardy sticks to his plan, shacking up with women until he feels the evil eye. This time he's busted for taking the last yogurt in the fridge, back at the student union with his little book, hoping for a lap between the lines when he realizes he's hit the gap. Sometimes the salt runs 8 or 9 moves deep. The center of the board is a black hole. So he hikes up north side, hoping something warm will present itself, a giant burger. But it's a bad night in cardboard, rousted twice from suitable stoops. Sleepily evading the maniacs of the night, he finds a redwood plank in a dumpster behind GTU that fits perfectly in a pipe feeding Strawberry Creek. Rejoicing in his privacy, he smokes some shad and relaxes into dusty dreams, flowing with the academic drain water. After a day's foraging, a foam cushion, some silvered industrial insulation, and King Lear to read by flashlight, Hardy's confidence returns. He feels aphorisms growing in his fingernails and starts thinking romantically again. At the Bear's Lair one bright Berkeley morning, he meets Tina stealing a Danish and hits the jackpot. She's a chess groupie at Hardcastle's. She's got a baggie of Panama Red. In a rakish swoon lasting 2 weeks, Hardy gets his stuff from the pipe and moves in. They're getting it on 7, 8 times a day. When the grass is gone, she asks for a Jackson and it's over. He's walking around the Carillion Tower, calling Tina, Tina! Her creative play with the Sicilian defense, her counterattacking thighs. Then he resigns and wanders over to Strawberry Creek to check out his old sanctuary. The opening cemented in, defended by a neon orange steel grate and covered with fat purple graffiti worms. As Hardy contemplates the sacrifice of shaving, 3 words catch his eye. A twist of history, a literary memorial. Hardy was here.
Claudette. Claudette is Paris, 1891, disrobing for a photographer in a lilac cravat. admiring the match of her new lemon perfume to the brown velvet chair. She's thinking of Arles. With her hands and thighs, she sees the picnic basket, spilling into burgundies of passion and the mysteries of soft words, when a rush of machine images invade her brain, a future race of men on chips, roving through the landscapes of memory, without sense or scent. Endless repetitions of forgotten desire, controlled by an automatic switch. A click and a puff of smoke brings her back to the happy surprise of her spread invitation.
Government decrees. How I love a happy slave.
Is everybody here? What's that racket? Is everybody here? I'm going anyway.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Today, as you all know, is a very important day for the city of ATHENAPOLIS. We are gathered here today to commemorate and to celebrate our protector, our champion from the past, and to pass his name on to the future. Now, there have been many rumors going around, and I want to clarify them right now. Tony the Brit is our champion. He saved us when we needed saving. So listen carefully, this is how it started. Tony the Brit appeared when we made our first race for Black Mountain in Kentucky. He might have been one of the poorest groups, but he pitched in with us. He claimed he was a Cambridge Don. He and his small army of mercenaries were available for the top bid. We were nowhere near the top bid. But he came in with us because he believed us, because he believed our future, because he wanted a future of culture. He brought with him the philosophy of the free will. with us for a while. And then one day, he disappeared. We heard that he had fallen in the Battle of Vancouver. We heard that he had fallen through the flames. We heard
He's naked again. Suddenly he thinks, yes.
we are not here to defeat rumors. We are not here to debate the truth. We are here to celebrate the truth of Tony The Brit. He saved us when we needed saving. And now, and our philosophy, our art, our music is blooming. When it's the first day of school for our young ones. And today, Tony The Brit was favored among the ladies. And today, we have 7 boys. And one of them will be renamed today Tony. For all of your hard work, we cannot dispel all the rumors. We can only celebrate what we know to be true. And Tony The Brit was our champion. And Tony will live on in his name for as long as fate faces the future of our city of life. Thank you. Thank you.
Laurel and Hardy. That's what it is. It was Laurel. It was Laurel and Hardy.
No, it was Laurel and Party. Laurel Party. Laurel and Party.
Well, there's the janitor, I think. I don't know who that was.
Stranger walking out of a pig.
Well, they stopped signaling.
Right.
Now, if this was Frank Glendover,
Yes, it's not.
it's not.
It's.
But is it Tony the Brit?
I think it's Tony the Brit. He's looking like he acts like a robot.
It's almost like he's, yeah.
He acts like a robot.
Or is it possible that no?
What's he doing now?
He's looking at the ground, and I don't know what he's doing. He's bending over. He's seeing something. He's talking to. Well, you know what he's talking? He's talking to a piece of moss, and I've heard about that. Moss speakers. It's a way of.
Yes, now that you mention it, that's what it was. It was a cult of the homo borg.
Mm-hmm.
That.
Oh, he's really limping
that
now.
All the wisdom came from the moss, because it was something they could never have, something like that.
Oh, he sprung up again. He's gotten better. You know, the moss must have really been some healing he got.
I don't know, but it seems to me like, but
he's limping again.
Right. He's having a little.
There's something. This could be Tony the Brit, because remember, after that Battle of Vancouver, he
lost an eye and he lost an arm.
Yeah. I mean, he could be recruiting the younger guy. Maybe kind of a Hawaiian resistance somehow. I'm not sure.
I think the younger guy is Franklin for sure now, because he's really non-committal. He doesn't know whether to trust. He
took his sunglasses off, which is nice. Get a better look at him. I wish I could zoom. Darn it, I wish our lip syncing tool worked. Doesn't work anymore. Looks like they found one of those boxes in the woods.
You know what, Jack? I think I just lost whatever I paid for it, but I forgot what I paid for it. I think, you know what I think? I didn't pay anything. I traded.
What'd you trade for? I hope you didn't trade any beans. We need
No,
those.
I didn't trade any beans. I traded.
We need all the food. We can't be getting rid of any food.
Jack, I traded, maybe I shouldn't tell you, but I traded 15 Texas red paintings for this video.
Oh, 15?
Yeah. He wanted 15. I don't know why. He even knew the names. There was Dionysus. There was Frank Glendover, Freud. Those were his favorites that he wanted. So I figured, well,
hopefully not Marilyn Monroe, because she's a beautiful painting,
Yeah, no, I'm going to keep it. I have the whole collection of Texas red paintings in my pod. I kind of use them for drainage for the beans.
The recurring dream. Frank's running his white caddy up the rose garden when he sees two police cruisers rushing massive in the rearview mirror. Two more power sliding in. Toby's at the passenger window, shaking out a baggie, walking badger-free. As they spread eagle Frank on the trunk, pat him down, bang his head on the post, and take him to University Station. He's shoved in a cell with a cracked, seatless toilet and metal mesh bed. He paces for hours, analyzing his mistakes. then lies down on the empty diamonds and rejoins his recurring dream. It starts with the fight, the day he came home from Leningrad. His father's right cross grazes his jaw, a left uppercut to the stomach, then bowled out the front door and thrown sprawling on the lawn for his communist beard, his mother crying, his younger brother and sisters staring, learning, the way kids learn. He walks down to Magnolia Avenue with his Russian sports bag, retracing the morning route to Ramona High, kicked out of the house, stripped of mother and siblings. By his father, in political rage, he's alone. Grandfather was killed 3 years ago, kicked in the chest by a favorite filly. Grandfather was the one who taught him how to be a man. A boy knows without knowing. This is where all knowledge starts. His father's an intelligent imposter. His primary motivation is fear of failure. His most apparent satisfaction is tyrannizing his wife and kids. So the fight makes it official. He's liberated from family. He'll live on the wind, his wits, his luck, women and friends. He'll turn exile into art, but nothing erases this insult, and his dreams soon reflect a mounting desire for revenge. In the recurring dream, he kills his father by monkeying with the brakes. This rings true because he knows little of cars and nothing of brakes. In the dream, he's in jail, solitary, a metal mesh bed, a cracked seatless toilet, 20 to life for patricide. He's also elsewhere, walking up, down the world, thinking, strategizing, investigating the interior flame of gnosis, the material hate of material. In this other life, he sometimes wakes, thinking this is Owl Creek. He never murdered his father, never went to jail, but hanging on the bridge increases his anxiety until he craves any plausible certainty. Which dream is dominant? Did Oedipus only imagine his patricide? Was Thebes just a prisoner's final fantasy? What about the blindness? What about Colonus? Who really monkeyed with the brakes? When he was young and his mother whispered of divorce, he suggested finding a lawyer. He felt her suffering and helplessness, her need of cultured friends, of art and opera. But his sisters were small. She thought it better to wait. They embraced, and Frank kissed her, tasted her, his sperm flowing over her breasts like first milk. He has no protection from this dream. It stays away for months, then invades him 5 nights in a row. He hates the Freudian touch. His thirst for revenge must never jeopardize his freedom. Jail is his unconscious mind, juggling the undone with the undead. He'll confound the oracle. He'll go abroad, as far from his father as he can. But now he wakes from his dream, in a cell beneath administration, close to the spot where Mario Savio coined free speech. It's dawning as Sergeant Tipton and Captain Poole take him to the interrogation room.
Katie! Katie! I'm going in. I got Glendover. Frank Glendover? Yeah, I'm going in. Mr. Glendover!
What's the charge?
GTA?
What?
Grand Theft Auto? The plates of the car you're driving are registered to one Harvey Phillips, and his wife reported it stolen.
You're busting me for stealing my own car. The plates are good.
It's not your car. One Harvey Phillips? Are you Harvey Phillips? No, I know who you are. I know what you're working. They're searching the car as we speak. They'll find the drugs and plastique. Then you'll be some gorilla's lifetime hole. Unless you cooperate.
It's not the dream, then. It's not the dream.
What?
Is this where I demand a lawyer? Shall I confess to conspiracy? Shall I explain to the Berkeley police the sordid story of LBJ and what he told his mistress the night before Dallas?
Pete's sake.
Shall I introduce Ambrose Bierce?
It's not your car. Mr. Glendover, you'll have plenty of time to practice that song in the can. Don't strain your vocal cords. Hey! Hey! You stonewalling. You stonewalling me. Give me Cardoza. I need Cardoza.
A tap on the shoulder. He wheels. It's Dessy. Short brown hair. Charcoal business suit. A New America pin in her lapel. I apologize for any inconvenience, Frank. It looks like we have the wrong man. She pronounces his name so sarcastically it sounds Romanian. The wrong car, says Frank quickly, reading the danger well. Dessy's changed and stayed impeccably the same. She always was reptilian, but now her lips echo rotten flesh. Her tongue flicks hidden sources of heat, and she never blinks. She's become what she is. Wasn't that the goal of the revolution? How are you, Frank? I resigned. I'm fine. We need to know each other better. You'll have a top assignment, and I'm your contact. Remember, I am the only one who doesn't betray you. That's all. You can go. Dessy accompanies the command with a look linking erotic fascination to professional contempt. Officially, you're under bench probation for GTA and resisting arrest. I wouldn't steal any more smoked oysters from the North Side Market. I would be extremely careful crossing Telegraph. And be on your best behavior when Sergeant Tipton calls, she says, before disappearing. Frank's immediately on his feet, flexing, looking for the trap. He still has his wallet and keys. The steel door is open. So he walks Spanish up the steps to Sproul Plaza, observing with renewed pleasure the Brownian motion of bustling students headed for first period class until his spine starts rattling like 100 ice cubes. from this surprise meeting with Kali.
Extremely hot in this place, and then suddenly it's cold. Through the dusty window I can see a sliver of the horizon, the bleak clouds, the occasional lightning. It took them a long time to find me. It took them longer to find my writings. This bullet is nothing. The infection, the armies of insanity are nothing. I don't know where this place is. It's been a good race, and you were the best part of this race. Flesh of my mind, mind of my flesh. I love you. PEREDUR, my son, my pride and joy. Every philosophy, every science I brought to your attention. You overcame in stride, growing in style, until the universe increased as your fingernails grew, as your hair grew, as your mind grew to envelop the next thought. Extremely cold in here, and then suddenly it's hot. I don't know where this place is. They took too long to find me. They took too long to kill me. And so, my son, I have the last word, and this is the last word, and you are the one I love. You will carry on what I have started, PEREDUR. We will always be together.
Anthony? Anthony?
Yes, Jack. What's happening?
Did you ever finish watching that video? I mean, after that long black space at the end, there's more stuff.
You don't know that. Oh, Jack, come on. I want to see the final battle between PEREDUR and homo borg. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
Well, it looks like it's the young Frank again, and he's just sitting there, staring into space, holding something.
That doesn't sound like a battle to me.
I don't know what he's holding on to.
Jack, what are you doing over there? Are you doing some video trickery?
No, he's just staring into space. I don't know what he's doing.
I can see both of you right now.
What?
How can you hear us?
I need your help.
What can we do?
This.
You mean with that?
Make it go away.
Oh, Jack, we can make it go away just like that.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Give me a second here. I'll figure out how to make it go away. There. Did that work?
Yeah.
What just happened, Jack?
I don't know.
Is that the end of the video?
Is
that the end of the battle? What happened?
I don't know. I don't know, but that's the end of Frank, I guess, or I don't know.
I don't know either, Jack.
Anthony?
Don't stop now, Jack. I'm having too much fun.
Where are we?
Jenner Beach. We've always been at Jenner Beach, Jack. We never have left Jenner Beach. Not before, not after. We've always been here.
You mean the present is Northern California?
It's everywhere, Jack. It's everywhere.
Highway 101?
Yep.
Is this better than the future?
Hey, look at that. What's that?
So sing the song of Tony The Brit, how he beat time with invention, how he envies his metaphysical tale, kids upstairs with their pretension, kids upstairs with their pretension. Once I was a hero to the city. I gave an eye, an arm, and all. I brought them to this garden and brought the ocean to their shore. Sing the song of Tony The Brit, how he beat time with invention, how he envies the metaphysical tale, the kids upstairs with their pretension, kids upstairs with their pretension. Meek myself fell to creation with black smoke, black sound. Black smoke and black sound. Black smoke and black sound. So sing the song of Tony the Brit, how he beat time with invention, how he envies the Memphis